I wanted to go with Teal Piper because I don't know if folks listening to this know who Teal Piper is, but Teal Piper is the daughter of Rowdy Piper.
Yeah, yep.
So,
WWE has misled you to think that would be Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Right.
They're lying.
So that would be awesome, but with her, as far as I know, not having any contract, and she's a fairly new greenhorn.
Being a second-generation greenhorn wrestler, you do not want to be handed this opportunity right away. That's the way I look at it.
To me, it comes down to 3 women, which would be Awesome Kong, Brandy Rhodes, and Dr. Britt Baker. And those 3, I almost think it comes down to 2. And with those 2, I'm just gonna go the route of nepotism that they've been showing ever since they've started this promotion and say Brandy Rhodes is gonna win it. I think she gets in the match for the first ever women's title. I'll go one step further and say if she loses this one, she could still reinsert herself and make it a 3-way match for the women's title.
Right. You know, I don't know. It's pretty anybody's game. I want to say Britt Baker, but I think Britt Baker's getting into the match by other means.
Okay.
And I was going to go with Awesome Kong until I read through this list of names with you, and I'm changing my pick to Shaza McKenzie.
You have no idea who that is.
No, my new favorite women's wrestler, though.
I think she's had like 15 matches.
Good. Let's get that gold on her.
Let's do it. You know what? You gotta build them somehow, right? You gotta build new superstars one win at a time. If you want to get, what's the fastest way to get a wrestler over? Strap the title to them.
Oh, you're changing it, and I changed it. So now we have conflicting changes, but it's the same thing.
Don't you love that?
I love it.
I love one note. Moving on, we got the second of what I'm assuming is going to be 3 matches of the buy-in, but we only know of 2. I'm pretty sure they're going to slip one in there, just like
they'll sneak something.
Just like a roofie at a Bill Cosby party. It'll get slipped in. We got the tag team match: Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans, two of the more popular non-main tag teams in the company. What do you think, Pasty?
Both these tag teams are going to go a long way once this shit gets going.
They both got huge upsides.
Yeah, they do. But since they've come to AEW, I've been far more impressed by Angelico and Jack Evans.
So that's who you're going with?
Yeah.
And you know, I said it the last show that they had, and I'm going to say it this one. The Young Bucks personally picked Private Party to join their group. They seen them in the indies. They watched them. They fell in love with them. I think they want to push them. So I see Private Party winning a lot of matches, especially when, as Tony Khan says, and I'm going to keep repeating until they prove us either right or wrong, wins and losses actually matter in AEW.
Yeah, but if you're the Young Bucks and you want to bring them up and you want to bring them up strong, wouldn't you, as the Young Bucks, as wrestlers, want to shit on them as much as possible and push them down until finally they have a match against you and show you what's up?
No, for 2 reasons. One, because again, if wins and losses matter, if they lose all the time, they should never get a shot against the Young Bucks, who are major guys. That wouldn't make sense logistically and statistically. And 2, if what I'm assuming, and we kind of just talked about a little while ago, that Kenny Omega is going to have that same storyline, I wouldn't want Kenny Omega and Private Party having that same storyline. So
I mean, you're letting the wrestlers come up with their own creative, basically. That's everybody's storyline.
I'm going to say no. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you have to book them to win. Not all the time, but I'd say the majority of the time. So
it's going to be a good match, though. I wish this one was actually on the main card, not on the buy-in. But I guess there's a chance that more eyes will see it because it's free on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And free. I think it's going to be on USA or one of those networks too, I believe.
It's on USA. That would be the best.
I don't know. Or not USA. TNT is what I meant. That would be cool if it was on USA. They just bought like a 15-minute commercial time slot on USA and just played it as a commercial. That'd be awesome. But I wish it was on the main card because there's a 50-50 chance I won't watch the buy-in.
I'll watch it.
I'm a busy man, and we state it all the time with WWE, and AEW isn't any different. If they don't give a shit enough for it to be on the actual event, then why should I, as a viewer, care? But we'll see. If I have extra time, I will. If I don't have extra time, I'm not going to make time for it.
Well, I mean, the buy-in matches, like the pre-show matches, happen regardless of if you're seeing them on the networks or not. Because they're there to warm up the crowd that's in attendance.
And that would be a dark match, usually.
Yeah.
You wouldn't air it on TV. It'd just be to hype up the people. Exactly.
Yeah. So what do we got? First match on the main card, winner receives a one-on-one shot at the inaugural women's title, and that's Riho versus Hikaru Shida. Yeah,
so allegedly, the way it sounds, the winner of this match is going to take on the winner of the Women's Casino Battle Royal at, I don't think it's the first taping, or the first show, but like second or third. Maybe it's the first. Anyways.
Oh, man, I like how you're booking this in your brain, though, because if Brandy Rhodes wins and then it's Riho who wins this one, Brandy's going to have that championship.
I know. But I'm going with Riho. They really seem to be at least the commentators are doing a good job at selling her story. Every time that she's there, they really, even if she's not winning, A, she's put on amazing matches, and B, you can tell whether the commentators are being told to or not. They're really pushing her story, and they see something in her. So that makes me, as a fan, see something in her, which is that's the way commentary is supposed to be done.
Yeah. Yep. Although I believe we'd see it in her even without the commentary. I think out of all the Joshi women's wrestlers, Riho definitely shows the most promise.
Agreed. So we're both going Riho on this one, right?
Yes.
I think I'd be A-okay with her getting the women's title shot and even getting the first women's title.
That would be cool, too.
After that, pASTEY, we have a 6-man tag. This is one of the...
What if Kenny Omega sacrificed his push for hers?
What if Kenny Omega won the inaugural women's title? Then we're gonna
he was the only champion ever because there's no intergender matches.
Retire it. We got one of the more recently added matches, 6-man tag. SoCal Uncensored, of course, Daniels, Kaz, and Sky, taking on Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Bitch Boy Marco Stunt.
Yeah, Marco Stunt. I can't believe they gave him a contract. But then they also signed Orange Cassidy, so maybe that balances it out.
Marco Stunt is the Leo Rush of AEW.
Cheeseburger.
I love Leo
He's the
Rush,
cheeseburger
but I
AEW.
just mean like the little annoying manager who's actually a wrestler, but it's like, well, we'll just let him do manager. It's good.
It's just crazy how tiny both Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt are, and how tiny Marco Stunt is compared to Jungle Boy. Like, it's weird.
It's amazing how, and don't take this the wrong way because I'm a short individual, it's amazing how not huge Luchasaurus is around your average pro wrestler. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when you have him next to Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt, he's gargantuan. If you put him next to the Dark Order, or you put him next to, he's around a lot of smaller guys. The two biggest guys in the promotion might be Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, who are not your average sized pro wrestler. Let's be honest. They're big guys. If you ran into them,
even Chris Jericho is small for his era.
Yeah. If you ran into him on the street, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of a big dude. But they're not huge.
Yeah.
That's all. Kind of like how Macho Man used to, if you ever go back and watch his entrances, Macho Man always walked on his tiptoes. Always. Because he was shorter than your average wrestler and he wanted to appear bigger. He was, he's bigger
Larger
than me.
Than life.
But it's like, yeah, he had to. And I think that's part of Luchasaurus. It's like, yeah, if I hang around Marco Boy and Jungle Stunt, then I'm going to look huge. I like it though. That's smart. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying it is smart. It's good marketing, and it's knowing how to use. It's like Paul Heyman would do. It's knowing how to hide your faults and accentuate your positives.
Yeah. Well, the dynamic of this match is going to be so interesting because SCU is all pretty decently sized guys. I gotta go with Two Boys and Their Dinosaur though.
Ah. You know what? I'd watch that show on TGIF. This is going to be a good match. I just feel, I think if FCU loses, which they could, but if FCU,
I think that's what they're there for, to be honest.
Loses, then I think it's going to be like, it's not going to be like a clean loss. It's going to be, I'm not saying it's going to be dirty, but it's going to be like something gets screwed up, somebody messes something up. And then Jungle Boy makes a quick schoolboy or something like that. I don't see it being a decisive
pinfall. I'll put bonus points on that.
I don't see it being a decisive win, but I could see Two Boys and Their Dinosaur, but I'm going to go with SCU. I love my boys, and I'm not going to go against them right now. Speaking of loving my boys and has nothing to do with this, Undisputed Era is the new NXT Tag Champs. Thank you very much.
Hey, good for them. Whoop, whoop.
All right. Moving on.
Match 3 is a match for a bye in the tag team title tourney.
We've had so many buys in the tag. They're having a tournament. They're literally having a tournament to get into the tournament. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't this like the fifth or sixth match for a bye into the first round? That's called a tournament. And that's smart. I'm not even dogging it. I think that's genius. Like, they're like, fuck it, let's have a tournament to get in the tournament. It's like Inception, man. Somebody was smoking some shit when they came up with that. And I love it. I love it.
So this match will see the Dark Order taking on the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta.
I want them to change this match to a ladder match. And they have to climb up the ladder and they have to grab an envelope hanging up there. And in it is the new name for Evil Uno, because they need to change Evil Uno's name. I don't mind the Evil Uno name. It just doesn't work for the Dark Order. So with Stu Grayson, I want somebody other than Evil Uno. But with that being said, I mean, they've been pushing this Dark Order. They've been making such a big deal out of it. Don't go WWE Bray Wyatt on them and push so much, but fail in the ring every time. Let's fucking push Dark Order to the moon, and let's whoop the shit out of Chucky T and Trenny B.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think Dark Order is set for this. I mean, you'd want to give the biggest bad guys the bye in the tournament, right?
I would think so, and I think they're probably one of the favorites to win it, even though we don't know who's in it because all we're doing is buying into the first round. After that, Pasty, we have the Cracker Barrel Clash.
It's the worst name for a match since WCW.
It is, but Cracker Barrel paid to have that name on there, and you know what? That's smart business.
Hey, they got some good ass cheese, and I wouldn't say no to them.
Yeah, it's good business.
No matter how fucking white bread, milk toast.
So the Cracker Barrel Clash sees Bad Boy Joey Janela taking on Jimmy Havoc, and then taking on Darby Allin in a 3-way Cracker Clasher.
Yes, if somebody doesn't get hit in the head with a Cracker Barrel, I'll be thoroughly disappointed.
Well, remember they
Cheese Raiders too, right? That should come out in this match.
I'd be all right with that. Both Joey and Jimmy and Darby are all.
I mean, we don't know how hardcore Darby goes.
Well,
but you'd assume
YouTube could show you.
Yeah. I know nothing about him outside of AEW, and I like it that way. He's like an enigma.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes,
it's cool to learn about a talent in one promotion, because sometimes talents are used so differently in different promotions that it's if you're not going to watch the other promotions regularly, don't even put that character in your mind, because then it kind of sullies it, it grays it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Sully and Mulder.